Hey, what's up? It's Jamie. I am just leaving the gym here. I'm at Lifetime Fitness today, and let me see if I can. Yeah, you're right. In Peabody, in Burlington. I go here mostly because it's close to where I am. I like the gym. I'm not here to talk about the gym, but I like the gym because it offers some a really nice facilities for what I want to use. I will tell you this before I get into the rental car stuff today. Today I'm talking about rental car stuff. I'm going to briefly mention some stock things, just really quick. But this month in August, I had the idea that I was going to crush it for me, not for anyone else, just for me, for fitness stuff, and just to do this 5 times a week at least. Let me tell you something. I failed miserably, right? And I can't judge you. Only God can judge you and me. And I can judge myself. I have no business judging you. But you can bounce off saying, like, I want to do better than Jamie. And I'm cool with that. So for a guy who's 49 years old, who wants to be healthy and be alive for his kids and not to be debilitated as he gets older, I'm trying to do these routines and disciplines of things I do not want to do. I am not a guy who loves going to the gym. I hate it most days. Most days, I do not want to go. Sometimes I do, but most days I do not want to be here. And I am not here to go crazy, right? I'm just here to kind of like do something, right? Because it's better than not doing something. And every time I do it, I always feel better about doing it. For me, I really should get here super early because there's just too much going on in the day for me to tell myself I'll be here during the day, whether I'm off or not, or at nighttime late, because I'm just not. So in the morning is the worst time for me to it's not the worst, it's the best time, but it's very difficult for me to get myself going. And as I reviewed my month, I'm going to Miami Beach in October with my family. And I want to look a little better for me, again, just to feel better about me, right? Because I don't care. I'm not trying to compete with anyone, but I want to feel good about myself when I go there. So I set some goals where I said, okay, if I can get to 195, that's my goal. And I've been hovering between 210 and 220. I don't want to talk too long about this, but I only went 4 days because it tracks you how many days you actually went to the gym. I was like, what? You know what I mean? I was like, that's it? You suck, right? So I'm like, man, I can do better than that, man. That's awful. So no wonder why, I feel the way I feel. So I'm like, I got to step up my game here. And talking about it is worthless. You got to actually go out and do it. So I put it on my calendar. I put a little note where I put, today I weighed 222, right? On, I think it's the 8th, it's August 30th, 2023. And by October 10th, I want to be at 195, right? So basically 25 pounds, right, is my target. I don't have to be right there. If I'm between 195 and 200, healthy, I'll be good, because when you exercise, you get a little muscle. But I mean, I have more body fat than that anyway. So there's things I have to do, and you have to have a plan and a strategy. The reason I'm mentioning this is whether you're going to open a rental car business, or start trading options or stock portfolios, or get into real estate, or whatever you're going to do, you're going to have some type of strategy. I don't think you should be afraid. I think you should take action. In fact, I have some pretty good stuff I wrote down this morning that I'm going to just throw up here, which you might say, what is that about? But it's really about motivation. And I'm not trying to sound rehearsed, because if you were one of my kids and we were having a conversation, this is how I talk to you. And if you're one of my buddies, or if you're a younger person, which I always like talking to, this is what I have to say. So that's how I come across. So as far as stocks go, I had a buddy of mine just get into Diego, try to get into some options. I said, just be careful. He had a great day. I had a great day yesterday. But it doesn't always go that way. And I always say, use risk management, when you get into that. So Tesla and Palantir did pretty well for me today, yesterday. I'm watching it today because you can undo, what you've gained. For me, I had I think a $2,700 day, which is, for me, is great. I'll take those. And it gives you some confidence, like, wow, that's great. But I follow a guy named Kerry Artek from Wicked Stocks. I'm not trying to plug him or tell you to go follow him. There's hundreds of people out there that offer input. And I am no expert, but I have a pretty good idea of technical analysis. And this guy is so boring, But I love him. I love his boringness. I love his technical analysis and his repetition because I count on it. I think what he talks about, I can kind of like go, yeah, I think he's got it. I think he's nailed it. And he's right more time than he's not. And again, I don't make all my final decisions on this guy. I'm just saying that he's somebody I value his input. So whatever you're thinking about as you're kind of like, where do I put my money? Where do I do it? I am not confident that investing in the stock market right now is your bet. In fact, I think Michael Burry, where they were talking about, he made a huge option play worth $1 billion something. I don't know how it works out, but where he's betting that the stock market crashes, and he was right before. So, and he's got a pretty good track record. So, I mean, these are things to take into consideration. So, I'm not getting too comfortable in there. I've had a couple real estate deals fall through, and that's it. So, the last few minutes, let me just talk about this. So, as far as the rental car stuff goes today, we today have a 2013 Fiat 500 with 60,000 miles. I bought it for $6,500. It's a pretty good shape. It's got a couple little things, but it's in good shape. We bought a 2017 Sentra with 60,000 miles. Base model car, one owner. And these two cars are cash cars. I paid $9,500. I'm into it for like $9,500, all done. And then the third one is a car we're going to lease. I got to finalize it because I'm trying to I want to put it in the business name for us, not our name. And because we're not going after the Turo thing. We're going to do Turo, but we want to really be off right from the get-go of doing private rentals. And in Massachusetts, where we're based, we did open an office. We did open an office in New Hampshire, but that's because of my strategy. But I'll get into that later. Today, I just want to talk about where I'm at this moment. So with these three cars, the third car is a lease. We did 20,000 miles a year. The payment will probably be around $500 a month, give or take a couple dollars, with basically no money down. And I think it should cover itself. It's good in gas. I shouldn't have to worry about anything. It gives me enough mileage. I extended the warranty a bit. And, so for those 3 years at the end of the lease, we just turn it in. It's a tax write-off to some degree, I think, for the business. And we're going to try that out. We want cars and trucks, economy cars and trucks, nothing luxury. And vans is what we're thinking. So we're starting with these three, but I'm waiting for the insurance policy. Right now, they said they'd have the quote to me by the end of the week. It's Wednesday as I do this, the 30th of August. And I'm hoping to be off and running in September, the first week. But I want to register those first three cars to the business name, which is That's My Ride LLC in Massachusetts, because we're going to be doing business in Massachusetts. We got the Logan Airport, we got business professionals, different things like that, people coming in, and we don't want to be just restricted to Turo. And this company we're using is called ARRC, pretty sure, and they require three cars. You got to have a business address, and then they ask you like a pretty lengthy, some lengthy information about your history and to underwrite your policy. I think it's going to be somewhere around $200 a month, per car, which is still pricey, but it's better than paying $8,000 a year for one car. So that's where we're starting, and I haven't launched anything yet. But I'm just documenting as I go. Now, Mason, who is my oldest son, he's going to be 22 in October. I told him when he comes home from the Army, he's coming home in a few months, that he should get into this with us for some additional income, because he's going to take a month or two out to figure out what he wants to do. So this is more like, if this is something you were thinking about, we're doing it. So I thought it'd be kind of cool to, not to become a Turo private rental channel, right? But just to kind of say, these are one of the other investment passive income things that we're doing. Now, it may not work out. It may be a bust. It may not even be profitable, or we might kill it. We might say, hey, wow, we're making good money, but from when I see it, it's anywhere from $500 to $1,000, net per car is what I've been seeing. Private rental is a little bit better, but there's more risks. So I'm trying to surround myself, just like Carrie Artek, for example, who is someone who provides me good data, with people that have success in that space, whether it's with Turo private rentals. And some of them are free, some of them will charge you money. And But if they've already done it and they're doing it successfully, I'm interested in that information, because it's going to make our road a little bit easier, and that's a good mindset to have. So that's about 10 minutes. That's all I really wanted to talk about today, as I try to post these more regularly. Tomorrow I'll talk more about the stock stuff, I think, because I'm curious to see how today plays out. If it goes the other way, if it pulls back in the stock market, we'll see, because I think the tech sector did pretty well overall yesterday. So hope you guys have a good one. I'll see you next time.